inflation number may have eased a bit, but like last month, grocery inflation is getting worse. Just wanted to zero in here on food prices. In August, U.S. food prices at home, which is grocery, were up 13.5% from last year, and that is an acceleration from July, which was 13.1. It's also the 15th consecutive monthly acceleration. Some of the increases are staggering here. Fruits and vegetables up 9.4%. Poultry up almost 6%. Dairy products really strong on the pricing. Ice cream and milk up 16%. Cereal prices brutal, rose 17.4% from last year, and fats and oils were up 21.5%. It shouldn't be too shocking for investors because we've heard from all the major food manufacturers, the companies during earnings and interviews here on this show, that they are still raising prices. But they haven't been as aggressive about the price hikes as they were talking about a few months ago. And perhaps that's why some of these price increases are moderating a bit. Don't get me wrong, they're still expensive, but we are seeing some of the jumps in prices coming down in spots like soup, baby formula, fruit, and meat. And the overall monthly increase in food at home from July to August was 0.7%, which was actually not as big of a jump as we saw in July.
Do you have a overall number of price increases? With Pepsi, we finally got Hugh Johnson to concede it was about 12%. We just heard 10% for certain items at Kraft. What's the overall number? I know you did a lot with rationalization and getting rid of inefficiencies and to try to deal with the higher input costs. But just in terms of passing it along to consumers, was it 12%? Was it above, below? What was it?
Well, first of all, it's great to be with you. And listen, we have a lot of options for you. So hopefully you can continue enjoying our products as you go forward. Yeah. I will tell you, there's two things. First of all, there are, as you know, inflation going on, whether it's transportation, labor, critical supply ingredients that we have. I mean, overall, I would say the 12% is about the right range in terms of what we're seeing in terms of pricing. But the important thing is that we're actually not passing all those inflation up to consumers. We're actually looking to see how we drive, as you said, more efficiencies within our walls to make sure that the things that ultimately consumers are seeing is going to be less than they would have expected. So for us, it's both the responsibility of trying to do everything inside our house so that we don't pass those costs to consumers. And then secondly is, as we go into the stores, how do we make sure we offer consumers a best value possible? And I'll tell you that we're doing that through a couple of things. First is making sure that when they go in, they see great quality products at prices they can afford. And for that, let me give you an example. It is, how do we then make grilled cheese night for the family for $1 a grilled cheese? Whether it is, how do you feed a family of 4 lunches for a whole week for $20? Those type of messagings where they can use our product, Oscar Mayer, Kraft Singles, Kraft Mayo, in order for them to provide solutions that are still within an affordable kind of budget for them.
Carlos, the other thing that we finally settled on was that in addition to maybe some price increases, maybe there's a few more, a little bit less of the product. Fewer slices of cheese, however you would do it. Has that been part of Kraft Heinz's strategy? Other companies do that.
Yeah, for us, our biggest focus in terms of strategy, in terms of how do we manage revenue management, is in 2 areas. One is, how do we optimize our actual formulas so that we can bring in different ingredients that are many times actually be cheaper? Whether it is, how do you substitute sunflower oil for other type of oils because of the situation, the conflicts in Ukraine. So that allows us to be more flexible in terms of how do we adapt our prices by changing the formulation and still be able to drive the quality products that we have. So that for us is kind of a better way for us to think about it. The other way we do it is, how do we customize our products to the particular consumers in different points in selling? So if you think about the fact that certain type of consumers who are going to see a better value by going larger sizes, so us offering things like, a Kraft mac and cheese in a 5-pack, versus certain consumers who are really managing that entry price point into the category. So how do we have a Lunchable for $1 in a way that allows consumers then to have different ways in which they can access our products at different price points? That, to me, those are 2 of our main strategies as we think about how we offer better solutions for consumers.